And welcome. Dustin Harris hanging out with you. A beautiful day outside, spring day. Folks, no sponsor today. I just wanted to make an announcement. For those of you who listen to the podcast specifically, it's obvious that you're already into the whole audio thing. You've already started to understand the power, if you will, of audio and the opportunity to be able to learn as you drive. I know many appraisers subscribe to Audible. They subscribe, of course, to this podcast and others. They use that drive time, if you will, as learning time. And some people don't like to listen while they drive. They listen while they work or while they're doing dishes or folding laundry at home, what have you. And I do all of the above. I've constantly got these earbuds in my face. Those of you who are on the coach cam can see. I want to make an announcement today that I think is super exciting. And this comes from requests from my listeners. Comes from requests from my All-Star members. Okay, many All-Star members love the newsletter that they get every single month. It's an 8-page color newsletter. I'm holding it up for the camera. It's beautiful, isn't it? Gorgeous. They love getting that 8-page newsletter. Here's, I'm showing you it's 8 pages. It's full color. There's lots of stuff in there. But they're finding that they don't have a lot of time to read it. And so I have for several months had individuals reach out to me, and one was very specific and said, Dustin, please, can you get an audio version? Honestly, I'm lazy. I have no other excuse other than say, oh, geez, yeah, I can see the benefit of that, but it's just one more thing, right? It's one more thing I've got to do every month. But I love you guys. I love the All-Star members. I love my listeners as well. And so I did. I have now created an audio version of the All-Star team. We call it the Coach's Playbook. And so now you can listen while you drive. I reached out on my private Facebook group, those that are members of the All-Star team. I asked them what their interest level would be. And about 50% said, you know what, I'd rather read it. And the other 50% said, no, I actually don't read it. I'm a member because I can belong to this, closed Facebook group. But I don't really get into the newsletter because I just don't have time. But I would listen to it while I drive, and so we decided to take the leap. So this is an announcement for those of you who are not members of the All-Star team. Of course, the All-Star team already knows about this, but those of you who are not members of the All-Star team, big announcement: we are now on audio. We are going to continue to do that going forward. So those of you who had held back becoming a member of the All-Star team, you can because you didn't want to read a newsletter on a monthly basis, you can now jump on board because we do have an audio version. Now, I have to give a little bit of a caveat here and let you know that yes, we do have an audio version of the All-Star book. No, it's not the most incredible, wonderful thing in the whole world. I love doing the podcast mainly because it's off the cuff, and I do a lot better off the cuff. But I am reading the playbook. Yes, I am reading it forward to back. The information's there. I try to have a little inflection in my voice, but I am not an audible professional reader. Okay, let's put it that way. I do the best I can. The information's there. I've actually got some good feedback from those that have listened to it already. Basically goes to the member area. So it's a member-only area of the All-Star Team webpage. You log in. You can either click on the digital version of the newsletter. I'm going to show it here. And by the way, I'm just going to walk you through this newsletter for those of you who are not aware of what's available out there. Give me just a second. I'll get back to that. Or you can click on the link. You can either download it to your computer as an MP3. You can download it to your Android device. You can listen to it right on the website itself. I know that on my iPhone, I've got an iPhone 7 Plus here. I was able to just click on it, and then I can close everything and continue to pause and listen and pause and listen. So it works very, very well. It's available. Okay. So what does that mean? Let me just tell you briefly what's in this 8-page newsletter. Every month, you have the letter from the coach. Again, I'm on the coach cam here for those of you who are watching and not just listening. On this side, I always have a letter from the coach, just a little intro to the month and what's going on. The main section, the feature, if you will, the feature article is always called the chalkboard, and that is basically information about how I run my office. Very detailed information about specifically how I run my office. In this particular particular version that I am recording now, it was an article on how to fire an employee. Very specific information about what to do and what not to do when you have to let somebody go. And we go into a lot of detail, okay? That's 3 pages worth on that feature article, as you can see. And then, of course, we get into, in this case, we call it the instant replay or instant review replay. That's basically, I either do what I call a marketing section or a review. In this case, we were reviewing a company called Recon Data, and I know a lot of appraisers are using that, and so we went into detail. I've been using it for months, and I talked about my real-life experience. Of course, we have a funny photo that we always throw in there. We've got the assistant's coach tip. This is kind of unique. For those of you who have assistants, I have my assistants write a short article every single month that talks about their experience. You know, what do they do? In this particular situation, it has to do with communication in the office. I've got more than one assistant. How do they communicate with one another? How do they communicate with me? And so one of my assistants wrote on that information. So those of you who have assistants, it's a great little article you can send to them and say, hey, I want you to read this. It might be beneficial. We've always got the press conference, which is basically kind of a Dear Abby, if you will. Dear Coach, here's my problem. And then, of course, I answer back. We got the blooper reel. Blooper reel is always funny. Something happened to one of the All-Star members. They just send those in, and we share with those. We've got the 2-point conversion. In this case, we have point number 1, which is Screencast-O-Matic. It's another program you can use. And we have point number 2, which is called Team Up. It's a calendaring software that you can utilize. Again, just a quick idea that you might want to look into. 2 points always every single month. We have Inside the Huddle. This is tips from other team members. And then on the back, we have the coach's mailbag. Which I always include negative reviews. So there's positive reviews and negative reviews. I'm just going to read you 2, just so you get an idea of what that section's all about. The first one says, quote, I came across your website the other day for the first time and was super impressed. What I need is a coach to help me further my business. I have been looking all over for someone like this, but had no idea I could find someone within the actual profession that I belong to. Unquote, signed Mac J. And then, of course, the next testimonial, if you will, if you want to call it that, is from Anonymous. You'll find out why here in a second. He says, quote, an appraiser coach? Really? As if we need someone to tell us how to run our businesses. I think we kind of get it. That's why there's so many of us out there. Good luck, dude. Unquote. Again, from Anonymous. So we include both positive and negative reviews in there. And then finally, we have the parting pep talk, as well as a little cartoon there. You can see that is Frankendodd. And we have a little parting pep talk, which is basically just, some ideas on how to be more successful as a real estate appraiser. Okay. As a member of the All-Star team, you not only get the 8-page newsletter, which again is now on audio. You can listen on audio. You also get access to our private closed Facebook group, as well as many, many discounts on my other products and services that you find on my website. So folks, if you're interested, please go to my website, theappraisercoach.com, theappraisercoach.com. I have not raised the prices. I've been highly encouraged by my marketing guy to raise the prices for the audio version. I have decided not to do that. So for the same $9.95 per month or $95 per year, you can get both the digital version of the All-Star Team newsletter and now the audio version. Again, $9.95 per month. What are you waiting for, folks? Give me some feedback. Tell me how you think, what you think about the new audio version. Just want to get that announcement out today and let you know that that is available as of February. So as of February 2017, audio version is now available for All-Star Team members. Hope you'll join us. Again, go to theappraisercoach.com, click on memberships, click on the All-Star Team, and join us. Will you? We'll catch you next time.